HPH models from the Czech Republic mainly build full-size gliders, but due to some interest within the company, they also produce a range of very high-quality resin and fiberglass kits. At Telford 2014, they unveiled this little baby, a two-seat Sea Hornet. They released the single seat last year, but this one was completely unannounced and completely unexpected, so a very welcome addition, as it is unlikely any mainstream manufacturer will look at this type. The box is really well constructed to survive anything the Royal Snail can throw at it. It's all compartmentalised and all the parts are retained within clear bags. This kit is a true multimedia kit, making up from resin and brass and some metal part components, and it brings together a number of different manufacturers, mostly from the Czech Republic. Here we have the fuselage halves. Now these are very nicely detailed, very restrained, and look quite accurate when compared to my plans. As you can see, there are some quite noticeable casting blocks, but these are very, very thin and very easy to remove. Internal detail. This kit really does have it all. Here you can see some of the resin detail moulded on the inside of the navigator's compartment. Here we have the wing sections. Again, the same type of casting block. As I say, they look pretty substantial, but they are quite thin and fairly easy to remove. You will probably actually spend quite a bit of time removing casting blocks. So detail, I'm just picking it up. I think it looks really quite nice. Now I must apologise, I'm going to wimp out from getting every single component out of the bags, mainly because there's a lot of it and I'm afraid of losing anything. So as you can see, there is tons and tons of detail on this kit. Absolutely loads. Any area that you can see has got detail. It's very well done and the instructions are quite clear as to where all these parts go. I say preparation of resin is going to take a little bit of time. I think this might be one to do at a model show. Here we have the engine nacelles and the spinners for the propellers. Now initially the parts count is a bit daunting, but when you look at it closely, there really is no more parts than the equivalent trumpeter 1/32 scale kit. So once it's cleaned up and prepared, I don't think assembly will take that long. There are no mould imperfections that I can see on any part so far, no air bubbles, the casting really is top notch. HPH really are a multimedia company. You do get various other things other than resin to work with. This sheet is produced by Edward. 3 sheets of brass, 2 in the normal brass finish and 1 in some of Edward's very nice pre-painted. This is really nicely detailed. If we zoom in on it, you can have a look. I mean, it really will make a difference to the completed model. Very nicely detailed. One strange thing is there's no seat belts. Now normally I would expect to see these on the etched brass sheet, but of course HPH have gone for a slightly different option. After looking at more closely at the Edward brass, I did actually find that the buckles are all included on the brass sheet, but you don't get the belts themselves, and that's because they've been produced by HGW. Now these are the cloth belts that drape really realistically, and they're laser cuts. There's only minimal attachment points, literally quick cut with a scalpel blade that removes the belts, thread the buckles on, and you have near perfect seat belts. Now this is a bit boring, a green sheet. These are canopy masks. They're not Edward, they look more like the ones produced by Montex. They're using parafilm and these tend to snuggle down quite tightly. So that's another nice addition in this kit. Turned brass is used for the cannon barrels, pitot tube and rockets, 4 of which can be carried by the Sea Hornet. These are really nicely done. The rocket heads in particular I really like, nicely turned. The decal sheet supplies 2 marking options as well as can be seen full stencil detail. You have markings for the prototype with the dark sea grey and slate upper camouflage and yellow undersides, or the more normal sky and extra dark sea grey one. The sheet is really well printed. There's only one area or two areas that are a little concern to me. One is the normal one of the roundel colour, the red. Certainly the red for the prototype scheme I think should be the more dull brick red rather than the red that's shown here. If you're doing the extra dark sea grey over sky version, the decals are actually perfect. Other little concern, not sure if it's just me, but the UK flag, not out of print, but the red bars are just a little bit heavy with not enough white around them. I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to find a replacement for that. I'm not sure. I'm being very, very picky. Other than that, the decals are absolutely perfect. They're beautiful. And I say I might just be being a little bit picky with that flag. I'll normally show the instruction manual when we do these reviews. This kit doesn't have any. Well, it does, but they're on this CD. Now, I haven't actually managed to open this up yet, mainly because the CD drive on my Mac is being a bit temperamental at the moment and awaiting repair. So I do apologise. From what I understand, it has everything on there that you need and is very comprehensive. I say I can't really show this at the moment. I do apologise. I would love to be able to show you the images from this. If I can get my Mac to behave, I will see what I can do about doing that later. So, the other thing that you get in the box is this little brochure on other HPH products. Now, HPH do a large range of very high quality kits. They do some that are completely bonkers. There's a Catalina in 32nd scale, which as well as being massive, must have the most detail I've ever seen produced on a kit. It's actually just been released as a slightly cheaper stripped down form. Heinkel 111 internal detail set, which is absolutely stunning for the Revell kit. And at Telford they unveiled their really ridiculous Concorde in 1/72nd scale. It was a massive, massive model. Now these are kits not for the beginner, but they are of extremely high quality, and anyone with a few resin kits under their belt shouldn't really struggle. A fuel build of this will appear in Scale Aviation Modeler International in 2015. Okay, as promised, I did actually manage to get my Mac to open the file. It is a Mac problem, not the thing. My computer just needs a little bit of upgrade. So here we go, this is the instruction book. So you insert the disc and you come up to this page, and it really does show everything you would want. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you all of the bits in here, but I'll give it a try, because I'm trying to do this multi-handed. So the instructions look just like any other instructions. Now, of course, you can print these out and save them, but you've got everything you could possibly want. You can see the level of detail. There's the detail for the radar compartment. The paint code outs appear to be made to, well, I'm not sure who they're made to. I'll have to come back to that one. I think it's the Guernsey range, but I'm not quite sure. I've just realised I didn't actually show you the canopies originally. They are clear moulded resin, so you don't have any vac forming to worry about. Sorry, I just realised when I'm downstairs I didn't actually photograph the canopy sprues. They are quite nicely clear, will benefit from a dip in future. So there you go, drop flaps, rudders, everything is detailed, any area you can see. There we have the marking schemes. So applying all those decals is going to take a little bit of time. So there you go, HPH's C Hornet. So I've come upstairs again just quickly to show those clear parts that I missed out. Very, very nice to say. They're really, really clear. Dip in future should be absolutely perfect. Really nice touches on the wingtip lights. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but they've actually drilled out the hole for the bulb. So basically the housing itself is clear and you just see the coloured bulb inside. So you just have to drop a little bit of paint into the drilled hole and you'll get a perfect representation of the bulb. Nice touch. That's a really good quality clear resin.